church, which I'm going to touch on today, has to do with this video. It's going to be the title. And as you see on the header, it says, "Strive to be a good judge." You know, and throughout your day, what's it called, your daily life, you're always going to be put in a situation, and you're always going to have to make judgments, no matter how big or small or weighty they are. You know, you're always going to have to be put in a position to where you're going to have to make a call, whether it's leaving the house at a certain time, whether it's if you're going to take the back roads and drive to work, whether it's going to make a purchase. You know, that's on the lighter side of things. You know, the things that the small judgments that you don't really put much thought into. You know, now throughout making those small judgments, they're going to be put in a situation to where you're going to have to be a judge over more weightier matters. You know, these are the things that affect other men. You know, these are the things that affect other women. These are the things that affect children. You know, these are the things that affect the whole nation. You know, these are considered weighty matters in which you have to consider. You know, where you have to look beneath the surface to get the right answer. And you have to do it through the Spirit of God, Yahweh Shem Shah, because He's the only one that can. He's the only one that has the power to give you the right answer to make the right call. You know. Now I'm gonna start off by getting Proverbs chapter 2, verse 6. It says, "For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of His mouth cometh knowledge and understanding." So it comes from the Lord. Ultimately, that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding comes from the Lord, and you need all of those to make to be a good judge. You know, He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk upright. He keepeth the paths of judgment. So He keepeth the paths of judgment. You know, so judgment, what's it called? Judgment and making good judgment is all a part of walking the path of Yahweh Shem Shah. It says, "He keepeth the paths of judgment and preserveth the way of the saints." So, and the saints are who? The elect. You know, He preserves the way of the saints. You know, the ways that we follow is according to the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, through faith. Then shalt thou understand righteousness. So then you'll understand righteousness. You know, and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. So through getting that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from Yahweh Shah, you'll understand righteousness and judgment. You know, you'll understand judgment and making good decisions. You know, being circumspect and equity. And you need equity to be a good judge. And what does equity mean? It ultimately means fairness, right? You're not going to judge every matter the same. You know, if two people commit the same, if two people commit the same sin, it doesn't mean that they deserve the same judgment. And this is where you get into context. What is the context of both of their situations? What is the context of what led them to do this certain thing, right? And in order to be a good judge, you have to consider all those things. You have to look beneath the surface. You can't just judge. You can't just judge based off of a headline, right? It's kind of like news. You know, you see a crazy headline, and then and you see another crazy headline, and you judge it according to just a headline. But when you go into the article, you see the actual context of the situations. You see the actual context of each situation that was in the headline, you know? And you have a different perspective on how you view it, right? And in order to be a good judge, you know, that quality of having equity lets you be able to do that. You know, the quality of being fair and impartial, but also considering the context of something, right? Now, continuing on, it says, when wisdom entereth into thy heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. So discretion, having discretion and knowing when and when not to do something, and that's also a part of judgment. It's timing. You know, is this the right time to do it? And sometimes things just have to be done. But it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai to make the right call. And that's where discretion comes into play. And that's when discretion is keeping. It means keeping what's it called? Anything that may affect you because of your decision. Anything that may affect you because of your situation negatively. Discretion will having good discretion will keep you away from those things. Now, this is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14. It says, "Where no counsel is, the people fall, but with the multitude of counselors, but in the multitude of counselors, there is safety." And that's another point into it too. Having good counsel, right? Because there's a reason why we're likened unto a body. We can't do this alone. And that's why the whole concept of brotherhood is with us right now, because we ultimately need each other. We're all what's it called? We're all a representation of Yahweh Shai in this world. We all have different lots. And we all have different levels of faith, and we all have, we all see things from different perspectives, but we have one mind, and that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty in it all, having good counsel and being able to consider different perspectives on a situation, and that's why there is safety, because all that burden, especially if it's a weighty matter, isn't that burden of making a decision that affects other people. You take into consideration the different perceptions that people may have, and how to move accordingly when you make a judgment. And hey, I'll say this, even being in the truth, you're gonna be put in situations where you're gonna have to make judgments, where you're gonna have to where you're gonna have to put the weight on the balance. You have to look at different things from different perspectives and make a decision based on it. And it's only going to get and the matters are only going to get more weight, especially coming into the times of different struggle. You may be put in a situation to where you're leading 1,000 men, women, and children. Where they're listening to you, where they're hearkening unto the word because of the things that you're able to expound on and explain throughout the scriptures of what's happening. And you're gonna have to make judgments, that affect all of those people. This is what we're being built up for right now. This is what we're being built up for now. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. We're being built up in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, so that we can have good judgments in the times to come. Because the judgments that we're going to be making in those times are not going to be just small judgments that may keep you out of something small, like a parking ticket. It's going to have to do with life and death. Now, here Proverbs chapter 16 verse 11, it says, "A just weight and balance are the Lord's, and the weights of the bag are His work." So a just weight and balance are your house. So having being able to making good judgments and having the right balance of knowing when and when not to do something, when to make a certain judgment at one time. You have to consider everything when making a judgment. And that's why, if you notice, a big what's it called? One of the biggest signs. What's it called? Well, what's symbolic? The what's it called? An image that is symbolic with judgment is a weight scale, right? So if you what's it called? If you go into any court, or if you see what's it called? Uh, Forget what it's called, but think liberty and justice, or liberty or something like that, where it represents blind justice. I honestly forget what the statue was called, but one thing that it's holding in its hand is a weight scale, right? And it's representative of what's it called? Making what's it called? It's representative of making judgments, you know. And this what's it called? And this is a quality of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because He's the greatest judge. The Heavenly Father Yahweh is the great. Heavenly Father Yahweh is the greatest judge, you know, and it's His. You know, good judgment comes from the Heavenly Father. It can't come from anybody else. You know, and that's why we have to stay constant and pray. You know, we have to build up our faith and get that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because without Him we can't make good judgments. You know, when it comes to the weightier things, and even when it comes to the smaller things, and you'll notice that, you know, you'll be put in situations where it feels like nothing in your life is working. You know, you're doing the same things. You made this, what's it called? You're doing the same things that got you good results, but out of nowhere, it feels like nothing is working, and it's because you're what's it called? It's because you know you're lacking in something that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua needs you to work on. You know, because ultimately making good decision making and making good judgments comes from Him. He may be doing the same things, but it may not be the right time. You know, that's all up to the Lord. Now, what's it called? I'm going to get John chapter 7 and 19. It says, did not Moses give the law, and yet none of you keep the law? This is Yahushua speaking. Why go ye about to kill me? The people answered and said, thou hast a devil who goeth about to kill thee. Yahushua answered and said unto them, I have done one work, and ye all marvel. Moses therefore gave unto the circumcision, not because it was of Moses, but of the fathers. And ye on the Sabbath day circumcise a man. If a man on the Sabbath day receiveth circumcision, that the law of Moses should not be broken, ye are angry with me, because I have made every man every whit whole on the Sabbath day. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. You know, this has to go into the Yahushua healing on the Sabbath day. You know, they the men of Israel were trying to say what He was doing was not according to the law. But Yahushua, you know, answered them and told them, do you not circumcise your men on the Sabbath day? You know, and they didn't have an answer. You know, and the thing is that you have to judge according to the matter that's given to you, and sometimes that matter may not fall at a convenient time, but you have to judge according. You have to weigh everything in the balance and make that judgment. Yahushua made that judgment, and the judgment that He made was a righteous judgment. But in order for you to be able to see that, in John 7 verse 24, it says, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. So you have to judge righteously. And in order for you to judge righteously, in the NLT it says, judge beneath the surface. You have to look beneath the surface. Meaning you can't just judge things on face value, right? Not the appearance of the matter, saying, oh, it's this day. You can't do it. You know, because even we were going over to the time of the Maccabees. What's it called? They would set up and strategically plan to slaughter our people during the Sabbath day when we couldn't fight back. You know, And it came to a point to where we did have to fight on the Sabbath day. So so the thing about judgment is that what's it called? You can't judge things off of face value. You have to look beneath the surface and ask yourself why are we doing certain things? Why are we doing certain things? And if a situation comes into where we're not able to keep them, then what are we supposed to do? In what's it called? What are we supposed to do according to that specific? What are we supposed to do according to that specific situation? You know, and Yahweh took all of that into account. And that's exactly why we have to strive to be good judges, and why we have to consider all things while we judge, and why we have to get that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from Yahweh Shah, so we're able to look beneath the surface of any matter, get the context of it, and judge accordingly. With that, I'm going to say, call Lord Yahweh Shah. I want us to my apostles and others, great millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to the elect men pushing out this word of truth and sincerity. Until next time, I'm going to say Shalom.